A Day on the Focus. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Day on the Focus. It's Anne here, your friendly neighborhood history buff, ready to dive into the fascinating events of December 24th. Buckle up because today's historical roller coaster is a wild ride. First things first, happy almost Christmas Eve. While we're busy prepping for Santa's arrival, let's remember that December 24th has seen its share of drama throughout history. Way back in 502 AD, Chinese Emperor Xiao Yan made a big announcement. He named his son, Xiao Tong, his heir. Talk about a Christmas gift with serious implications. Imagine the court intrigue. Fast forward a few centuries to 1144. Not exactly a jolly Christmas for the Crusaders in Edessa. Their capital city fell to Imad ad-Din Zengi, putting a damper on their holiday cheer. Definitely not the kind of Christmas carol you want to hear. Than Reese. And speaking of dampened spirits, 1818 saw the first performance of Silent Night. It's hard to believe now, but even that beloved carol had humble beginnings. Imagine being there in that Austrian church. Then we hop over to 1865, a less than festive year. The Ku Klux Klan, that's right, was formed on this very day, a stark reminder that even during the holiday season, history's not always filled with sugar plums and reindeer. Now for some lighter fare, James Cook discovered Christmas Island in 1777. Talk about an appropriately named discovery for this date. I bet that was one Christmas he never forgot. And then there's the 1914 Christmas truce during World War I. Soldiers from opposing sides laid down their arms to share a meal and exchange gifts. A brief moment of peace in the midst of unimaginable horror. A tiny ray of sunshine in the middle of a dark winter. And finally, a bit more recent. In 1968, Apollo 8 entered lunar orbit. The first humans to see the Earth rise. Imagine that Christmas view from space. The crew even read from the book of Genesis. So, that was a quick sprint through a few highlights of December 24th. Quite a varied bunch, don't you think? From imperial successions to gruesome massacres, this day has certainly seen it all. Story time. Now let's weave a little Christmas Eve tale inspired by today's events. Imagine Xiao Tong, the designated heir, secretly receiving a coded message on Christmas Eve 502 AD. The message warns of an assassination plot. He's faced with a choice: enjoy the festive celebrations, or risk everything to escape the palace. He chooses the latter. Meanwhile, in 1968, an astronaut on Apollo 8, gazing at the Earthrise, thinks about the fragility of peace, remembering the Christmas truce stories from his grandfather's wartime tales. The grandeur of space and the intimate horrors of war clash in his mind as he takes another breath of recycled air on Christmas Eve. He wonders if peace on Earth will ever be more than just a song. Both characters, centuries apart, understand the complex, sometimes contradictory nature of peace, hope, and power on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone, and thank you for joining me for A Day on the Focus. Until tomorrow.